One of my end of the year traditions is always making some little piece of art that uses Pantone's new selected color for the following year. As an artsy designer person, finding out what next year's color is going to be is one of the most exciting things to me. You have no idea. And this year's was magenta. Another one of my end of the year traditions is making a batch of holiday themed Santa ACOs for my eBay shop. I think I've made the most I ever have this year, and so I was thinking, you know what, why not make a Viva Magenta themed Santa and kind of show you how I do my illustrations. My Santa illustrations all follow kind of the same basic format so that they all match, but they have different colors and different little decorative details with each one that make them stand out and be their own distinctive personalities. I start by sketching out my outline in pencil just using simple shapes. A little rounded hill shape, about a third of the way up from the bottom of the card, maybe a little bit more. Then about half an inch above this hill, I draw this little wavy, kind of stretched out W shape that's going to be the face above the beard. Lots of little half circles for the eyes, nose, and mouth, again keeping it really simple and cute. And then from there I fill in the beard shape, either scallop to make it look kind of curly, or just making some swooshy kind of swirled shapes like I'm doing right now. So that's the basic format, and now I'm going to add my decoration with the hat and other fun little embellishments that are going to make this one its own distinctive character. This year I've been doing plant and animal themes, so I think for the magenta, I haven't done a poinsettia yet, and I think that would work really well for that color. Even with the flowers, I'm keeping to really simple shapes, just doing teardrop shaped petals, little circles in the middle for the center. Then for his outfit, this one I'm keeping kind of classic. Then once I have my pencil outline, I can go over it in my black liner pens. I make sure that they're permanent so that I can go over them with watercolor. I use a 0.3 liner for most of it, but I switched to a 0.1 for the details on the face and some of the little decorations like the flowers in the beard. For those that don't know, ACOs are little baseball card size art trading cards. You can trade them, you can collect them. It's really fun because they're affordable and don't take up a lot of space, so it's a great way to get your own little mini art collection without a lot of expense or worrying about where you're going to hang it up on your wall. Then once I have my outline, I erase all my pencil marks once the ink has dried, and from that point forward, it's kind of like a fun watercolor coloring book. Even with little illustrations like this, it's always way less headache to follow the basic rule of painting of always doing the background first. Then next, I'm going to go ahead and fill in my base colors for everything. For the jacket, I can switch to a flat brush, and this is really great for just running along those edges and getting a nice smooth edge that doesn't go outside the lines and just layers in all the color really seamlessly. I use a liner brush to streak some watered down black into the beard to get a little bit of shadows and highlights going, and I make sure that after I make my gray lines, I dip my brush in water and blend over them with water so that they're really subtle and don't just look like harsh outlines. I'm also going to be adding some of this color to the rim of the hat where I want it to look kind of fuzzy and furry, and also on the coat, as well as I think I'm going to give him a white belt, so I'm using this color also to shade the belt. So just really basic gradation with watercolor where I lay it down dark on one edge first, and then I dip my brush in some water and just keep streaking over my gray color, drawing more and more of the pigment further to the side that's just white until it fades away. I'm doing a lot of blending with water for this, and as I add magenta also to the face to add a little bit of a healthy glow, I'm adding the color first and then really quickly rinsing my brush off and blending it out with water. Then I'm going to take some of my magenta with just a little bit of water in it so it's a little bit thicker and really bold, and I'm mixing in some of that sienna brown, and I'm going to use this for the shadow on the jacket. Once everything's filled in, it's time to add some sparkle. So I have some really cool metallic bullet pens that I actually got in one of my Art Snacks boxes, if you've seen some of my unboxings on this channel before. And I also have some metallic fine point Sharpie paint pens, which also work fantastic. Another important tool of mine for these is my glitter craft paint. I buy the glitter paint that has a transparent base, so when it dries you just see the glitter, no pigment. And I like the Glamour Dust ones that have like a really fine glitter, so that way you see a little bit of sparkle and you look at it from different angles, but you don't actually see big chunks of glitter when you look at your card straight on. Then it's time to initial it and we're done. So sparkly. I'm usually not much of a glitter, sparkly type of person, except around Christmas. Suddenly I want to cover everything in glitter. If you want to see more art demos, art snacks, art supply unboxings, or any of my other fun little art therapy projects, please be sure to subscribe. Bye!